empowerment, especially of women to undertake productive work and to think strategically on structural issues affecting their livelihoods, is the approach taken by the Center for Integrated Development, CIDEV, a Ugandan non-governmental organization.
Center for Integrated Development is a Ugandan NGO which is engaged in natural resource management and food security. It was started by women professionals in different professions. Some are in gender, some are in banking, and it supports 80% women. Our Center for Integrated Development has a strategic plan in place, and it has board members which have at least 6 women and 1 man who is acting as a chairman. We envision a community free from hunger, and one that lives in harmony with its natural resources for improved livelihood. And our mission is to support smallholder farmers or communities living adjacent to wetlands and forest resources with improved skills, knowledge and inputs to increase food production and utilization, incomes and sustainable management of land, forests and wetland resources.
Formed in response to widespread rural poverty and food insecurity that led to increased vulnerability of the poor communities to hunger, malnutrition and degradation of the natural resources on which they depend, CIDEV was founded in the year 2000. With support from the McKnight Foundation in 2005, CIDEV worked with communities in Busana and Wawoko sub-counties to improve food security, promoting banana growing and enhancing entrepreneurship for better incomes in Kayunga district.
CIDEV is one of our pioneer non-government organizations. Shortly after Kayunga district was created in about 2000. Among the partners who were ready and willing probably to work with us at that time, the first one was Center for Integrated Development.
CIDEV believes in community empowerment, especially of women, as we have already said, that at least we support 80% women, to undertake productive work and to think strategically on structural issues affecting their livelihood through research, training, extension exposures, and input supply. CIDEV aims to meet the practical and structural needs of communities, especially women, to attain a sustainable livelihood.
CIDEV has been in Kayunga district since 2004 with different projects in different sub-counties, around 6 sub-counties of Kayunga district. But this particular project, entitled Strengthening Food Security and Adaptive Capacities of Smallholders to Climatic Challenges, has been for 2 years.
When they came on board, that time Kayunga district had not yet gotten on the NADS program, government program which was supporting farmers. And when they entered, we discussed and agreed with them which sub-counties they would initiate the activities. They entered in to try and improve farmers' access to improved inputs, farmers' capacity to manage resources, natural resources well, farmers' capacity to try and save and integrate gender into development, and their focus has always been targeting women, more women than men.
So with that number, they take the majority of the leadership and they man or the woman part, all those groups we talk about.
The first project we had with them was trying to look at how yams could be made available in the community, which are free of disease, and then later try to form these farmer groups so that they can be able to add value and access the market.
Nsiofa yatandika mabegako nga CIDEV tanaba kujjaje tuli nenga twali tukola nenga twali organized nnyo twali tukola nenga bitukola byali tebiri ku mutindo mulungi. CIDEV eno nja kujanyumirizaamu nnyo kubanga nti kugamba kyalinga nti etuwa etuwe ekyokukola kuba twalinga abatalina kyakukola naye bwe yajja twafuna ekyokukola era njebaza kuba twafuna ekyokukola kati tetukyatuulira awo kuba kati bwe mba nandiza oli balugu ate ono nsima ate ono okola kikuba kati mugenda mu mitendera luli twali tusalanga balugu ono yali twali tusala bintu binene naye kati bwe twasuna obupatiko obutono tulaba nti twagaziya ennimiro zaffe ne tuba nti tufuna emmere etumala.
Since we believe in community empowerment, mainly done training at group level. We have trained them in the different aspects of agronomic practices, especially the yam, because this time around, the new component that CDEV brought in this project has been the yam. So we have trained them in yam agronomic practices, and this has been subsidized by a few inputs, which is the yam seed at this level. And we've made demonstration gardens with them. In these demo gardens, they have been able to extract out more. So as we talk, all the 300 farmers do have this yam seed.
So they brought in a technology which we used to call hot water treatment technology.
In this treatment, the water is boiled to up to 45 degrees. We use a gas cylinder which is connected to this tank, and then the water is boiled by these farmers. After reaching the 45 degrees, then we get our yam seeds, we put them in these baskets. So we dip them in the water, and it is kept in the water for 15 minutes. But while the temperature is being kept at 45 degrees. Then after, we remove these seeds and we leave them to cool. Then they are sliced into the pieces which are ready for what? For planting. But then even after treating the seeds and slicing them into the pieces, we sprinkle them with ash to avoid getting contaminated again with the other pests we had treated earlier. So then after, these seeds are taken to a nursery bed where they are raised to come out properly. As you see these beds being prepared here. So by the next rains, these seeds will be ready for the farmers to transplant to the what? To the gardens.
Oluvannyuma lwa CDEV ng'emaze otuyigiriza okulima abalugu ne batugamba tulina okusooka okumuteekako mu bbeedi. Kaakati okugeza ng'ono atuuse okujjayo tugende tumutwale mu nnimiro yaffe gye tugenda omusimba. Kaakati wano tumamirirako evvu tuleke ntugema obulwadde ate obuyinza okukwata balugu obwo bwe tugenda omusimba. Okuva ku kikolo kino okutuuka ku kikolo kino ekitongole kya CDEV kyatusomesa nti wateekwa okubaawo fuuti 3 ate bwe tuba tumusimba olubatu luno lwe lusima ne tukoma ku lubatu bwe tuti ne tuteekamu balugu waffe. Wano tuba tumusimba era bwe tumusimba tumuggalise bwe tuti olususu luli lusobole okuleeta emirandira emirala emipya.
In these multiplication gardens, we demonstrate this method of using the ridges or the mods, and then the result is within a short period, like 8 months, compared to the traditional method where it takes over a full year.
Twatandikira ekyamazima twasanga nga ensigo z'abalugu kisooka zaali nzibu okufuna, ate ekyokubiri nga n'ennima yennyini gye tulimamu tetuwa bulungi bye tulimye. Kati we tuli wano kaakati twaweebwa ensigo ne tufuna nursery beds, era kati eno ennimiro yava mu nursery bed nga yo yange nga isaabirye, era mbadde nga mu kiseera kino balugu atandika okwengera n'omu nga tutandise okumusima.
And 1 or 2 years down the road, the volume of yam in the community. You know, yam is a food security crop. Had tremendously increased. They had the technology of killing the nematodes, so food security at household level became stable, and women, I think, they were freed.
To improve livelihoods or diversify their livelihoods, we have given livestock, and this livestock is on a revolving basis to make sure that even when we go, the project still continues, and each member is able to have one of the livestock even when we are gone.
The second project which they tied on the first was they also improved the breed of goats.
Embuzi eno nagifuna mu sidefu. Bagimpa erimu eggwako. Era bwe yamala okuzaala nasobola okuwa memba omu mu gurupu yange. Mukama nampa ate era neddamu n'ewaka nezaala abaana babiri.
Neebazanya abasidivu kubanga mu butuufu tuganyuddwamu olw'ensonga. Emabega eri twalina embuzi zaffe ze twali tulunda naye ng'olaba zino zirina enjawulo kuba ziri embuzi tezikula. Naye kati ojja n'otunuulira embuzi ey'emyezi 3 nga bwe bagikugamba nti ya myezi 3 tosobola kukkiriza. Oyinza n'okulowooza nti ka myezi nga 6 oba 7.
Ate era n'abaana bange bakimanyi nti okulunda kintu kirungi nnyo. Ate ne tukyeyagaliramu. Era tusaba Mukama Katonda sidefu ebeerewo. Abakulembeze ne baza Alex ne Josephine batulambudde nnyo ne batuwa obwagazi. Ate era ng'era ne bye tukola tubyaga.
Nganze yafuna embizi nasobola okuzisoma bulungi era nsobodde okugabira ku bammemba nga 2 era nakati embizi yange eriggwako. Mu kirabo kye nafuna mu mbizi n'ekirala nafuna ekigimusa. Kuba ekigimusa ekyo bwe nkijja mu mbizi mu kiyumba omwo nsobola bulungi okubiteeka mu bitooke byange ne mu mmwanyi ne kirabika nti akakota akandivuddewo nfunira ddala enkota ennene gye nsobola okutundamu omutwalo gumu n'ekitundu oba 2.
We have to look at all angles that not every farmer has that big land to venture too much into agriculture, but then within their surroundings they have the waste, the crop residues. So we try to think hard how they can make the best use of the crop wastes. So we came up with how they can make charcoal out of these wastes, and we came up with the briquette technology, and we have been able to train these farmers on how to make these briquettes. The crop residues, they are collected, we put them in the drum where they are burnt into ash, and then after ash they are sieved to make fine dust, and then we use the cassava flour. It is boiled and mixed within this dust, and then it is put to make the briquettes, or we use the machine to make the briquettes. And the farmers who are using these briquettes, they say that they are seeing a big difference between the ordinary charcoal and these briquettes.
Sidefu yali tennaba kujja, kale twali tetumanyi nnyo byakulunda, okulima emmere y'omu ttaka, ebibala ebirungi ng'emicungwa, emiyembe, naye kati tweyagala.
Also they have the intervention of village savings and loan association. Actually, there is a village saving and loan association in one of the sub-counties called Busana, which we visited with them during one of our routine monitoring. They were doing very, very well in terms of improving savings and improving capacity to loan amongst the members. So, in a nutshell, the impact is visible, and we are proud that they worked with us across those number of years.
Chikumuno youth yatandika omwaka oguwedde 2013 nga we twatandikira twali bamemba 24 nga kuliko abakyala 16 abaami 8. we twatandikira twali tusevinga singisi 10,000 okoma ku 15 omwezi nga tutulamu emirundi 4 buli mwezi nga tutula buli lwa Sunday nga tutula ew'omuwanika awabeera box. Mu kibiina ekyo nkolamu nga sekuritale waakyo.
Ekibiina kino ekyali kitandika, twatandika mu mbeera ya kuyambagana mu bizibu oba kale ne mu masanyu ng'embaga n'okuziikagana. Awo bwe twali tukuŋŋaananga, kati bano abasidevu gye baatusanga ne bajja nga banoonya ebibiina ebikuŋŋaanye. Bwe yatufuna n'atutwalayo ku ggombolola ne batutwala mu kusoma era batusomesa okulunda ebisolo n'okulima.
While implementing project activities in the sub-counties of Busana and Wabwoko, communities in the neighboring sub-counties of Kangulumira and Nazigo approached SIDEV for support. It is from this background that a 2-year program supported by the McKnight Foundation, strengthening food security and adaptive capacities of poor smallholders to climatic challenges in Kayunga district, is being implemented among 300 new farming households in Kangulumira and Nazigo sub-counties, while maintaining contact and limited support to at least another 100 households in the 2 immediate former project areas. The project is currently supporting smallholder farmers to improve their farming practices, enabling them to overcome the challenges of scarce wood fuel and diversify their livelihood sources for increased food security and income. Project approach includes mobilization of farmers, market research, training, extension work, exposure visits, input supply, as well as approaches that allow for cost effectiveness, such as the revolving livelihood scheme. This project is a concerted effort between SIDEV, IITA, the local governments at district and sub-county levels, as well as the farming communities in 10 parishes from the 2 sub-counties of Kangulumira and Nazigo in Kayunga district. With over 10 years of field experience through donor-funded projects, SIDEV has directly impacted over 2,000 poor rural communities. To date, SIDEV's lessons learned continue to increase in number despite the challenges faced with project implementation.
SIDEV would like to support the process of registration of the farmer marketing associations. Yeah, we know there is a challenge in there, but that is our plan. We really want to help our farmers. We know it is not easy, but we are going to strive so hard to say that their associations are registered, because once they're registered, they can even be able to get loans from the banks. But right now, as they're working, it's like they can't be able to access loans from the bank. Then we want linkages with the potential markets for farmers, excess briquettes and other products, livestock, yam and others. Yeah, for example, like introducing them to markets like Nakasero, even those landside markets. For example, before they even come to Nakasero, and they should first fulfill and satisfy the markets, the roadside markets. For example, even in the area, maybe in Kangulumira, maybe they want the briquettes, maybe even the yams, they still want the yams. So why should they look for markets in Kampala? But we're going to, with our advice, we'll be able to make them have access to such markets.
And as the district, also we have been encouraging our people to accept and have a willingness heart to take on these projects, because this project, the money is not ours. If you are given any hand, you should appreciate and also make sure that this project stay for some time.
Our future support is to continue supporting the farmers we work with, and even in the areas where we have not worked, but we feel we are going to continue supporting, especially the farmers whom we've worked with, to link them to other partners for more support, especially where the project has ended and we are no longer there. We'd like also to thank the local government, Kayunga district, more especially the production unit, the agriculture unit, the livestock unit, even the gender and the rest, because they have been so supportive to all our work. We are really so grateful. And would like also to support our other development partners, For example, we have PELAM, Participatory Ecological Land Use Management. We have Geneva, we have NGO Forum, we have Kango, the district NGO Forum in Kayunga. They have been really so supportive, but more especially PELAM, because they have even assisted us financially. They have supported us financially, given support to our farmers, given them training, given us, the staff, training. We are really so grateful to PELAM. Then finally, I would like to thank the Macknight Foundation for their continued support, and we are so grateful, and would like to put it on ground that if a chance comes out, because they told us that if we write a proposal which is based on research, they can be able to fund us. I know that if we have such a proposal on ground, Macknight will always come on our side. We'd like to thank you so much for their continued support.